So how's everybody doing? This is going to be my first video. Well, maybe my second, depending. I've been having major audio fails. And anywhere near highway speed, it just can't be heard. So I'm going to try again with a different mic placement, see if this works out. So yeah, I recorded a whole hour-long video earlier today, and didn't come out. So here we go. We're just gonna take a little trip around the neighborhood and see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, so my mirrors are all screwed up again. Here we go. So yeah, I did a walk around the Vespa earlier. I may put that out as a short 5-minute video separate from this one, and just see if I can get up to highway speed here and how the audio sounds. So yeah, so I kind of went over before what accessories and stuff I'd put on this thing, and now it's kind of time to talk about how it came about owning this thing. So I kind of always wanted a scooter or try out motorcycling, but I don't know if, just never had the bug like my brother did. So but recently it's been thinking about it more, and I work from home as a software developer, so I had a car, I had a Civic for a while, and it would just sit in my driveway basically, and I would never drive it. And I realized, you know what, maybe I should think about selling this thing. So I took a look at Blue Book, and this was kind of during COVID. Production is shut down on new cars, and the used car market was kind of getting hot. So I thought, you know what, it might be worth something. So I checked it out, and it was actually is worth as much as I paid for it 2.5 years prior. So it's yep, let's sell this thing, and I could just share a car with my wife, since she only works, very close here to the house. So yeah, I decided to do that. Paid off her car, paid off my car, had a little extra money, and then didn't get this right away. It was until about last August I decided, I wanted to get one, but I wasn't legal to drive one, so I did the whole Ohio, the Ohio beginner riders course. They gave me this old Honda Rebel, way too small for me, but I learned how to ride and got my license, and then ordered this about August last year, I think it was. And I think it came in the middle of September. It took about a month or so. And I got to put about 200 miles on it or so, maybe 200 miles, and then the weather got crappy and cold, and I didn't really have a chance to. I was hoping to get it through its break-in period before winter hit, but that didn't happen. So anyway, yeah, I watched a bunch of videos, especially Vespa Portland. Andrew out there, he did a whole rundown of all the color combinations that are available in the 2023 model. So I got to kind of see what was available there, and then he did a walkthrough of this orange one actually that I ended up going with. But I was really initially set on the black. The black matte was really cool. I only saw pictures of it. I couldn't find one in person, and that was at Pony Motorsports here in Columbus. They didn't have one, so I thought, I'm going to call around dealerships in Ohio and see who has what. And I called one in Cleveland, and he actually told me, hey, I got 2 orange ones coming in. One's taken, the other one you can have it if you like it. And I was like, well, let's put my name down on it, but I really want the black one. And he's like, have you ever had a matte vehicle before? And I was like, No, he goes, well, here in Ohio we have a ton of bugs, and as soon as your bugs start hitting that matte paint, it's going to get in there and you can't get it out, and it's going to look like freckles. And I'm like, oh, that's no good at all. So really it was between this orange one and the white one, and I just wasn't keen on the white. Just white cars get dirty so quick, and not that I didn't like the look of it, I actually love the look of it, but so I'm like, you know what, you got an orange one available, I'm going to take it. And so yeah, that's how it kind of came about. I know I can't ride this thing unfortunately all year long, but you know, it's a nice economical way to get around town, and since I can work remotely, I can go to the coffee shop or whatever it is. And this is pretty cool way to do that when the weather's nice enough to do so. So that's kind of how it came about. Yeah. So anyway, so go back, I guess, behind that, or before that, I started looking at a variety of different scooters. Didn't necessarily have my heart set on a Vespa, but I looked at like the Yamaha X Max and like some other what was it, the Honda ADV 150 or 160, I can't remember what it was. And I just didn't like the look of them. Plus they were a little, well, the Yamaha was not, but the Honda one was definitely not powerful enough for me. I wanted something that would go highway speed at least, and not be like maxed out at highway speed. And no intention to ever take this thing on the freeway, but highway would be great, which is what I've been doing here today actually. So yeah, I looked at the Vespa and the different like the Sprint and the Primavera and all that, and then I was just like, you know what, the GTS has got to be it. So I ended up with that, and it's been an absolute blast to ride. It's been so much fun, and just enjoying everybody else's videos. Shout out to of course, Vespa Portland, Vespa Motorsport out in San Diego, Flat Grind Rides out in Colorado. Man, you got some beautiful scenery to drive in. If you've not checked out his videos, do so. Done some camping ones and some national park rides, and that, and then of course Scooting the Sticks. I like his philosophical views on riding scooters. I mean, it really is kind of a, I'm not, you know, I don't suffer from depression, but I can almost bet this is as good as an antidepressive med, because it's just so much fun. You can't help but smile when you're riding on this thing. And even when it's windy, I mean, I've never ridden a motorcycle at high speed, to be honest with you, so I don't have a comparison, but this thing's weight is so low, it's like riding a boat, or riding in a boat. It's just like, whoo, back and forth like this. It's just like so smooth, and anyway, so yeah, it's been an absolute hoot. 4Wedge, been liking your videos also. I left a couple comments. I'm hoping if this audio gets out, or work it out, I can get my video out this week. Let's see. Orange Rider, I can't remember what country he's in, but He's got some beautiful coastal scenery in Europe somewhere. You should watch some of those because they're pretty awesome. Makes me want to move. Makes me want to definitely move somewhere warmer. Yeah, so make a little ride around town here. I'm hoping this audio is good. If not, I'm just gonna have to upgrade. Hey, I've not been real satisfied with the GoPro equipment. I mean, it's okay. The media mod doesn't seem to work. My audio is in left channel only. I've tried several mics, not working. I think it might be a media mod problem. I'm not going to replace it at this point. So I'd really like to get the DJI set up, the Action 4 Pro, and the wireless mic 2 combo. Just magnet that right under this little chin strap I have. Hopefully, with the wind protection, I've heard the audio coming from that is pretty awesome. So yeah, but we'll see. Big downtown of Marysville, Ohio. I don't know if you can see from here, but up here on the left is the Coffee Hall and Creamery. It's where I go to work sometimes. Right there. Nice little coffee shop. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I could be doing a little better. I was actually, my company lost a contract and I was let go on May 1st. So I am currently looking for a new web development job. Had a phone interview today. Hopefully that progresses. It seemed to be a good conversation. So yeah, buying more cameras and mics is not in the budget at the moment, but hopefully sometime in the near future. Also, I don't know if you are all riding one of these GTSs, you try to come to a zero stop without putting your foot down. It's kind of fun. It's actually so balanced. It's pretty easy to do, to be honest with you. But yeah, really surprised at how much pickup this thing has right from the get-go. I mean, obviously it's not gonna have a ton of passing power, but right off the gate, out of the chute, can definitely pull away from cars. So a lot of people out riding today. People at the park. don't know about all of you on your scooters, but I definitely get some head turns with this orange one. And that's okay by me. I mean, if you're paying attention to me, that's great, and you're not going to run into me. So, no one actually stopped and talked to me about it yet, though. You know, I've been out, you know, a few places. So, I'm still waiting for those inevitable questions of, how much did that cost? How fast does that thing go? Etc., etc. But for the most part, motorcycle riders have been pretty friendly. I guess you still got those people that don't like scooters, but I don't know. I could care one way or the other, so. The Scooters Coffee Shop, I've yet to go over there with my scooter. I should go to Scooters with my scooter, huh? Get me a coffee. Probably should do that at some point. Yeah, I don't know about all of you, but being a new rider, the one thing that I had to get used to, and I still do it quite a bit, so I probably look like an idiot to all the seasoned riders, but I leave my stupid turn signal on. When I first started riding, I was like, I just going through the neighborhood like this, like literally all these little side streets, just to try to get used to it, and that was the first thing that I like had to practice. I'm getting better at it, but yeah, it's still turning forever sometimes. I will say though, as far as the turn signals go, it does annoy me a little bit on this Vespa that you don't have, you know, one on the left and one on the right. It's just a blinker that tells you, oh, I guess you got to guess which one you have on, which, you know, realistically you should know which way you're turning, so not really like a deal breaker or anything, but it's just interesting that they didn't put the, you know, the arrows one on each side or something, or just flash one side. Yeah, anyway. My little tidbit of Vespa annoyance, but it's really minor. I don't really have any other annoyances, to be honest with you. It's definitely smooth riding. It was easy to get used to. Definitely easy to get used to as far as riding a two-wheel vehicle. So. The only thing I will say is, like, just keep in mind the cost of ownership when you buy something like this, because it is, you know, you see the sticker price on this thing and instantly add $2,500 to it. And I say that because if you're smart, you're going to go get good gear. Even decent gear is going to cost you about $1,000 at least, probably more than that, to be honest with you, because a helmet can be $300 to $700, a jacket $200 or $300, boots, and definitely get yourself some crush resistant boots, riding pants, which I still need to get. I'm kind of being the rebel here, and I don't have padding in my pants. I'm just wearing normal jeans today. And then tax and title and everything else of the Vespa out the door is at least $1,500. So just keep that in mind. for, you know, keep that in mind for the initial purchase, and then after that you're going to have maintenance costs, right? So tomorrow I'm at my 633 mile mark, so tomorrow I think I'm going to do the oil change, the first oil change and the transmission fluid change, myself, and then probably after that I'll most likely, like when it gets to changing belts out and stuff, the 6,000 mile mark, I'm definitely not going to do that myself. I just don't trust it. So but just keep those costs in mind, just like any other thing. But gas mileage is really good. I mean, I haven't honestly tested it yet, but I mean, I'm still in the break-in period, so I'm not worried about it too much. I think I'm in the 60s at least. I mean, I do a pretty spirited ride, so I'm probably not being as easy on it as I could be. I forget what it is. It's like 2.2 gallon US, 8 liters or something like that. 6 liter, 8 liter, I can't remember. Lasts quite a bit, quite a long time. One thing I will recommend, and I don't think I mentioned it in my other video, is get yourself, Vespa Motorsports has this little like screw-on gas like thing that you put on top of the threads of the gas thing. I can't think of anything other than the same thing, but you screw that on and it just seems to help with the vapor lock on the gas pumps, and I haven't had a spill since. So if you guys are having spills, like, which is a problem with this thing, like the first time I ever did it, I spilled it all over the sides. Luckily I had the bucket out on the ground because it just went freaking everywhere. And I haven't had that happen since. So, and I filled up 2 or 3 times since then. So I did fill up a couple gas cans and I have them in the garage, and I also just use those. Sometimes I just fill up from those, but before I go out, just so I don't have to go to the gas station. But yeah, anyway, I think at this point I'm kind of rambling, but oh, look, I'm going over the speed limit. I also noticed this thing is about 4 to 5 miles an hour high as far as the speedometer goes. So if I'm going 25 or want to go 25, I need to be going about 29, 30. Nobody's out walking their dogs today. Fed my 2 dogs right before I left. Hopefully they aren't going to the potty on the floor while I'm out, but I will get them out again when I get home. So yeah, as you can tell, this housing development that I live in is like one of the biggest ones in Ohio, I would have to guess. I mean, it's huge. This whole new area back out in the back here. I think I'm just gonna head out on the main road and then come back around the other direction. Yeah, I've driven this thing like pretty much all day today, and I still have about a half a tank of gas left. At least it says there's a half. So I don't know if any of you have checked out the Scooter Cannonball website. I don't know why this came to mind. I guess because I have been riding quite a bit today and my butt hurts a little bit. And I was thinking, oh man, can you imagine riding for days and days, 8 hours a day on end? I think if you're gonna do that, you got to just start riding like that now, or beforehand, because that would be like the worst thing. Like your butt just has to hurt. But that looks like so much fun. I would probably never do it just because I wouldn't want to put my scooter through that kind of mess and carry all the gas and carry the tires and oh my gosh, but that would be an adventure for sure. If I was 20 years younger, I definitely would do it. So yeah, I'm hoping that this audio, there's quite a bit of wind coming in my helmet, so I'm hoping that sticking this mic in a little bit different spot maybe will help. If not, it's just I'm gonna have to just invest at some point. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna head back home here. Y'all have a great day. Leave some comments, let me know what you're up to. If you're looking for a scooter, you have one already, or what do you think of that? Later.